Hello everyone, it's Jaden. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. In today's video, I'm just gonna be doing like a sit-down repotting video. I have two giant pothos cuttings that I've been rooting in my aquariums. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and repot those. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so first off, I'm gonna be repotting them in this little nursery pot that I have. It's about like maybe like a 4 or 5 inch pot. This is a 6-inch pot actually, never mind. This is a 6-inch pot. But yeah, I have these two giant pothos cuttings that I've been rooting in my aquarium. The root systems aren't very extensive, especially on this one, but I really just don't want to wait any longer. They've been in my aquarium for probably a month, 3 weeks to a month. But the reason why I don't want to wait till their root systems get too extensive, because the thing with water rooted cuttings is the longer they're in the water, the harder of a time that they're going to have adjusting to a soil substrate or whatever substrate that you're planting them in. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Like I said, I have this 6-inch pot and I have some potting soil. I'm pretty basic. I just use black gold, the brand black gold, organic black gold potting soil. And then I mix in some perlite just for drainage so it retains water and drains better. I'm gonna start off by filling the pot like 3/4 of the way. Or not 3/4 of the way, like halfway. There you go. This is gonna be a really quick and simple video, but I just needed to plant these, so I figured I might as well take a video. Alright, so I'm gonna get these. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place these in here. Get them the right placement that I want. And I'm planting 2 in 1 just because I want it to look more full. Looks pretty nice to me. But yeah, like I said earlier, especially pothos, any plants that you root in water, that you water propagate, the longer you wait to plant them into a soil substrate, the harder of a time they are going to have getting accustomed to the soil substrate. It can shock them, it can just cause a lot of issues for the plant, and I really just don't want this plant to die because the leaves on this pothos are really freaking huge. So I just really don't want to risk this plant dying. I went through a lot to get these cuttings, and I've never had a pothos with leaves this big, so yeah. I'm gonna stick them in there, place them how I want them. You can't really see. I'm on top of a bucket, just so you guys can see. But look how big those are. Those leaves are huge. It's like half the size of my hand. Start by filling that up in there. I don't know if you guys have watched my last video, but I recently uploaded a video yesterday, I recently uploaded a video. Me and my boyfriend moved into a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and we have an extra bedroom that I'm starting to transform into my fish room, plant room, YouTube studio, if you will. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited about it. I finally got all of my really big monster plants into here, like my philodendron, bipinna bifidum, and my giant monstera deliciosa are in here now, so that's good. Start by filling that up. And a couple tips that you should know is once you do plant a water cutting, you're gonna want to keep the soil thoroughly moist until the plant gets accustomed to the soil, just because they are used to being in an extremely wet environment because they were propagated in water. And for those of you that have aquariums, propagating plants in an aquarium they love it. They are full of like nutrients, nitrates, nitrites that the plants love. So they propagate much quicker than if you were just gonna stick them in like a thing of plain water. And I never use tap water for any of my plants ever. I have like deconditioner that gets the chlorine, fluoride, and chloramine out of water that I put in my water. That also has like some nutrients in there that the plants like. But I just dechlorinate the water just because I don't want to put my plant into shock. Chlorine, chloramine, and fluoride can be really, really, really bad for plants. And tap water has a lot of really nasty things in it. Like specifically here in Salt Lake, I learned that our water has arsenic in it from farms and stuff. So that's not good. It's cancerous for humans. It's obviously not good for plants. So go ahead and stick this plant in here. And what I like to do with water cuttings is pack the soil down pretty tight, honestly, so they don't flop out. It's a different story if you're repotting a plant that's already been in soil, but since they've been in water, you need to pack it down a little bit. I like to, at least. I've noticed that it doesn't send this plant into shock as much. And I know a lot of plant people like make their own soil mixture, but I don't. I'm too lazy for that, honestly. My plants seem to like the stuff that I get for them, so I just like to stick with it. And I like to leave about like 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch at the top of the pot just so the water doesn't spill out when you water it. In, make sure the plant's all stable and not flopping around. This is going to be a super, super, super pretty. It's a giant golden pothos. So, and I've never seen one with leaves this big. The cutting that I took, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but the cutting that I took of this one already was cut by someone before, like somebody took a cutting from it. Right there. So it already started putting off like another offshoot out of where the cutting was taken. So that's really interesting. Pothos are really resilient. They can handle a lot, I've noticed. And they're really, really easy to propagate. They're really fast growers. Cool. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna put this in here because I'm gonna water it. And I have my water jug with like dechlorinated tap water or dechlorinated like water. So I have like a reverse osmosis filter, but I dechlorinate that just in case there's any chemicals in there that the plant doesn't like. And again, like I said, you're gonna wanna keep the soil thoroughly moistened for about a week to 2 weeks until the plant gets accustomed to the soil, just so it doesn't send it into shock. There is a high chance that it still will go into shock and wilt and droop, but just keep the soil thoroughly moistened until the plant gets accustomed to growing in a soil substrate. And after that, you can water it like normal. Let that drain through. On a side note, I'm going to be making a video about my aquariums probably later today or tomorrow. I recently had a calamanus worm outbreak, which is an internal parasite that like attaches itself to your fish and like sucks the blood out of their veins. It can be really, really deadly to fish. So I'm going to be doing a video on how to treat that. I recently got a chemical. I'm not going to go too into it, but look forward to that on a video on how to treat internal parasites, especially calamanus worms, because they can be very, very difficult to get rid of. But yeah, so expect a video on that. I found out, and it thoroughly creeped me out because they are absolutely disgusting. They look like nasty little red worms because they're sucking the blood of your fish. Oh, it's gross. I'm getting goosebumps and I'm creeped out from it just by talking about it. But I got a chemical and a treatment that kills them and is not really harmful to fish, so we're gonna see how that goes. So stay tuned for that video. Cool. And once you're done watering the plant, you're gonna want to either put it in it's kind of controversial whether you should put a recently potted cutting in less light or brighter light. I like to put them in really bright light just so they can boom in growth and get really used to the soil substrate. But I guess it's up to your personal preference. Cool. And then just let that drain thoroughly and put it wherever you need. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this video. As you guys can tell, this pothos is super big, super healthy. But like I said earlier, I just really didn't want to wait any longer because it takes, the longer you put it in, it's in water propagating the roots, the harder it is to get it accustomed to the soil substrate. With all of that being said, if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel already, please hit the subscribe button. It really would help me out a lot and I would really, really appreciate it. And follow me on all social medias. I have my links below and in the intro just previously before I started the video. And yeah, until the next video, thanks for watching everyone. Bye.